Hello lovely people, I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. It's Hila here, Saturday Night Stitching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's post, it is my last and final fabric haul of 2020. We're already in December, so it's very unlikely that I'm going to be adding any more fabrics to my fabric collection. 2020 has been a good sewing year for me. I've been quite consistently good with the ratio of fabrics that I have got and actual garments that I have sewn. So the net addition to my fabric collection hasn't been all that great. It's been the lowest that it's ever been in my history of sewing, which is about 7 years. So woohoo! But anyway, I've got so many wonderful fabrics to show you, so I'm just going to dive straight in. So first of all, I stopped by Jack's Fabrics just after lockdown ended here in England, and I found some gorgeous fabrics. So Jack's Fabrics is a Leeds market stall. They don't have any online presence at all, and you just kind of find some wonderfully quirky, weird fabrics there at really good prices as well. So I found this Ponte fabric in this giant check. So it's a Ponte, as you can see. So it's got the stretch on the cross grain as well as a little bit along the straight grain. So perfect for those fitted type of dresses. But I love it. It's a gigantic check. It's red, black and white. I don't know what I'm going to make with this. I bought I bought what was left on the roll basically, but I think I'm constantly thinking fit and flare dresses, but I kind of need to try and be a bit more oh, this could make a nice cardigan as well, like a giant type cardigan or a waterfall cardigan. I'm thinking I've already pre-washed this, by the way, so it's like really good. And if you see in the back here, it's got the weaving, so this isn't a print. The pattern that you're seeing there isn't just printed on using dyes, but it's actually woven. So really good quality fabric, and I was very happy to find that. So the other fabric that I got is very Rococo style, in that it's got these very rich purple colors. It's a quilted Ponte or cloche, so it has the texture as well. It looks like it's been embossed. Can you see that? So it's got, but the texture is a very soft texture. It's like soft bumps on it, and it has the rose, the black rose motif, so a little bit gothic-y in style if you pair it with the really deep purple. So it's got some stretch, lovely stretch, but because of the roses, you obviously don't want a style that's going to stretch it out so much that the roses become distorted. So, you know, something that's still going to be a bit classy but not too tight bodycon. So for this one, oh, I want like kimono style sleeves, right, on it, a boat neckline, but a high boat neckline, you know, the one that covers your these things here, what do they call them? It's just gone, my mind's just gone blank on what you call them. But this is absolutely fabulous. So this was from Jack's Market in Jack's Fabrics in Leeds Market, and that was really good. I hadn't been there for a while because they had been closed for a really long time, and it felt really good to browse through. So this is what I got. On the same day that I went to Leeds Market, they also had what's called the Asian Bazaar, and you had some fabrics being sold there. And the fabrics were dead cheap, like £1 per meter. So I bought this one here. It's a tartan fabric. It's Ponte, and it stretches out. But here's the thing, guys. When you're buying fabrics for £1 a meter, I think you kind of get what you pay for. Oh no, my battery is dying. I just need to change the battery on the camera. And we're back with a full battery. Okay, so as I was saying, I actually bought this fabric for £1 a meter from a market stall on the outdoors market. So it's not a regular shop like, say, Jack's Fabrics, but it's a stall that comes, I think, every Wednesday. And I got this Ponte fabric here, which was £1 per meter. I got 5 meters that I thought would be good for playing around with, and it's got some stretch. It's a little bit translucent. You can see the Christmas lights behind me. Dark and muted colors, but I don't know. I think it had been stored outdoors for a while or something like that, because when I got it at home, it did have a really unpleasant smell, and I had to wash it twice in order to get the smell off. And by the time I washed it twice, it had begun to peel and bubble on the surface. So I wasn't too gutted. I mean, it was £1 per meter. I can still have fun with it, and also the children can have fun learning how to sew using stretch fabrics with this. It's a Ponte. Okay, so those were my market buys. And I also stopped by Fabrics for All the other day to pick up some new fabric that I'd seen on her website. So with Fabrics for All, Sarah curates her fabrics, so it's always worth keeping an eye on Instagram or on Facebook when she's got some new fabrics in, because once they sell out, some of them aren't reorderable and they are quite unique. And what she had was this Ponte Royale, which is like a Ponte Roma but luxe. And it is gorgeous. It comes in two colorways. She has the raspberry and olive one, but you know me, if I have to pick between olive and raspberry, I'm gonna go for raspberry. But it is such a beautiful color, and the quality is amazing. It's just so lovely against the skin as well. Very, very soft. So it does have some stretch to it, but not enough for you to make a bodycon type dress. You'd need to, this is the sort of stretch fabric that you can substitute on patterns that use wovens, right? Because it does have a bit of the stretch, but it can still hold the structure. So you could still do a collar with this and it would hold the structure of a collar and it wouldn't be floppy. But the difference would be that it would be so comfortable because of the fabric being a stretch fabric. But yeah, I love it, and I'm gonna make a very simple style dress. Again, I love making dresses with cap sleeves and a circle skirt. And I like the fact that it's going to be stretchy a little bit, so that means that I have that give at the waist. But yeah, this is a beautiful, and if you look at the drape, I think that the drape is going to be fantastic on a circle skirt. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I was very, very happy with this, and I was glad I went in when I did, because like the bolt was already about halfway gone as well. And then the other thing that I picked up was this gorgeous sweatshirting fabric. It's teal green backgrounds, bold blacks here, blush pink and purple. Really, really beautiful. And I love how this is autumnal in tone and color and feel, but it's also got florals, because I think it can be quite challenging to get the mix of florals right with autumnal colors without it being a dark floral. I think dark florals, yes, you can get plenty of those, but this, for me, this attracted me because you've got those greens here. But if you look at the color scheme, if you just lightened the greens, this could also work for spring. And that's what I love about this. And it's also relatively lightweight with some decent drape to it, and stretch across the grain. Good stretch across the grain. And on the straight grain, it doesn't have as much stretch. So this is going to be sweater dresses for my girls. Sadly, it can't be for me because I did promise them some cozy jumper dresses, because they've seen I made myself this oversized jumper dress using grassa and like a really beautiful soft sweat knit fabric that I also got from Fabrics for All, and the girls absolutely loved it. They were using the scraps to make little plushy toys, and they wanted something like that. Sadly, Sarah is sold out of that fabric that I had then, but this one felt just as soft because the back is got fleecy fur, but it is lovely. They're going to be very, very stylish. And if we look, these are sort of in the same tonal ranges, so I'm going to see if I can use some bits of this for some contrasting things. So that was my Fabrics for All fabric haul. And then I also got some lovely needle cord from Satisfaction, and this was my first time buying from them. Now, those of you that actually watch my Vlogmas videos, you will have seen this, but I do know that there's a lot of people who aren't watching the Vlogmas videos, so that's why I'm bringing this in, just for completion's sake. But this is a baby cord, a baby needle cord, so quite lightweight, and you can use this to make dresses, trousers on a pinch, skirts definitely, and you could make shirts out of this. I have made a needle cord shirt, and it's lovely to wear in winter. But I loved the drama, the black background with the blood red roses and then the gold that just pops on it. Fantastic. I'm not yet sure what this is going to be. It's obviously going to be a dress, and I got 3 meters. Was very happy with the service that I got from Satisfaction. They dispatched the fabric within the day, although it took about 2 weeks to get to me, but that wasn't Satisfaction's fault. That was with Royal Mail, because they've been taking ages to send stuff out. So fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful fabric. Excited. I'm going to use the scraps to make like a headband as well, because I think that this looks really good on the head. So that was that one, right? And then I have some fabric here that I bought from Minerva to make some Christmas dresses for my girls. It is a scuba crepe fabric, very lightweight, some texture on the surface. Hang on. Oh, just trying to adjust my settings here. So it's got some texture on the surface. See if I can get you to see that. Are you focusing, camera? I hope so. But it's got these really cute images that, you know, represent Christmas. So we've got Santa Claus, we've got a red robin breast, we've got Christmas bells, Christmas candles, little soldier. It's really beautiful. And I'm going to make Love Notions Prisma dress. So my friend who blogs over at It Is Josie, she's made this for her daughter, and it just looked adorable, and I was just like, oh yeah, I would like to make that for her. So thank you, It Is Josie, for giving me the inspiration to sew these for my daughters. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I got 2 meters of it from Minerva. Okay, now then we enter into the paid promotion aspect of the video. So these are fabrics that I got from Minerva as part of Minerva Makes, which, if you haven't checked out Minerva, they have relaunched themselves, and they have this really wonderful, bright, easy to navigate website, and I'm so happy to be part of the Minerva Makes team. And that basically means that we have the opportunity to pick some fabrics that we get, and then we have to make something, and we can share our love of the fabric. So I'm going to show you the fabrics that I have from Minerva for the Minerva Make. So the other one that I showed you, the Christmas one, that's not a Minerva Make thing, that's a me thing. Although technically speaking, these are also a me thing, because I get to pick and choose what I want to do, and I'm under no obligation at all to keep the fabric. Like, if I receive the fabric and I don't like the fabric, I can send it back, but I get to pick and choose. They don't send me out something that I haven't chosen. I choose what I want, and I make whatever I want out of it, which is pretty awesome. I have that freedom to do that, and I love it. So much fun. But what I have here today is this Lady McElroy tartan fabric. So it's a diagonal tartan, because normally tartans, you've got the designs going across the straight grain, and then across the cross grain, and then down the straight grain. But this one is oh, that's it. It's like an argyle print, so it's, you know, diagonal. So this one is going to be 2 pieces. I don't normally do separates, but here we go. It's going to be a roll neck top. The pattern is from Bird 9 2012. I already have it traced out. And then the skirt, I'm going to be using my self-drafted knit skirt pattern. So it's going to have a very slick silhouette, and it's going to be fun. It's a Ponte Roma. It has the stretch for it, and if you see on the back, it is woven. So beautiful fabric, Lady McElroy quality, so you know it's going to be good. Right, the next thing is a Robert Kaufman gray fleece fabric. Now, I like fleece in winter because it is so warm. it feels like you're wearing a shield and you're just protecting yourself from the cold. And I love this one. It is so soft and cuddly. You could easily make toys out of this as well, for kids. But this is going to be a sweatshirt for my husband. It's been a while since I've sewn anything for my husband, and I thought that this would be lovely for him, and he likes this colorway, so he actually helped me to choose. He had a look and he chose this colorway. It comes in many different colorways, but it's lovely and thick and yeah, just perfect. It's a McCall's pattern that I'm going to use. I can't remember the name of it, but I will put the thing over here, and I have used that pattern before. I've made a jumper for him, and I've made 2 jumpers for my son using the same pattern. So fantastic, right? And then we also have this lovely, I call this the knitting cheat fabric. Why is it a knitting cheat fabric? Because whatever I'm gonna make out of it, it will look like it's a knitted garment. So you could get away with being like, oh, technically speaking, I did do some knitting. But yeah, it's fantastic, and that's what attracted me to it. I do love knitting, but it takes so long to actually make a sweater, a knitted sweater. But with this, I can get the instant gratification of sewing a sweater, but it looks like it's been knitted. So I chose the blush pink because I'm going through a phase where I'm just loving these tones, and I've got several lipsticks that actually match this. But it's quite, I would say it's more medium weight, so there is some weight to it. Like when you hold it like that, you can feel a certain amount of weight. So it wouldn't be suitable for making things that have a lot of seams, especially anything that's got a skirt function. I don't think that that would work really well, simply because that seam would be dragged down. So definitely more like sweaters or sweater dresses would work for it, but something without a waist seam. And it's not, I wouldn't say that it's suitable for things that are overly tight, because when you stretch it out, it doesn't look all of that nice. So definitely looking for something loose and slouchy. So something like a waterfall cardigan. Oh, I can't remember. There's a batik pattern, which I have, and it's got like a waterfall cardigan. This would be suitable for it. Or something like a Helen's Closet Longwood cardigan would be suitable. But for me, I'm going to be making a cardigan from Bird, is it 11? Bird 11 2020. There's this gigantic cardigan with gigantic pockets. I've already got it traced out, and that's what this is going to be for now. But do remember, guys, I do change my mind sometimes before I cut into the fabric if the fabric tells me that it wants to be something else. But for now, that is what I have for it. Okay, and then the final thing that I have from Minerva, which I received after they started sending out this new envelope, and I love that. Absolutely love that. It's a really nice thing to receive in the post, and I was very, very happy to see. I have some art gallery rayon challis to share with you. I love art gallery fabrics. Do you know, I just had an idea. I'm going to do a video where I show you all of my art gallery fabrics makes, and then I'll show you some of the art gallery fabrics that I've bought that I'm so precious about that I haven't cut into yet. But it is absolutely gorgeous quality, and some of the things that I have worn the most over summer have been the ones that were made with art gallery rayon fabrics. And this one was influenced by my sister. So as you can tell, it's got an olive background to it, which normally for me, I would have never even considered it because of the olive background. You know, normally I'm just kind of like, you know, bright, neon, that's what it has to be. But this, my sister has been making me see the beauty in some of the more muted colors. And because I made her a wrap dress using another very vintagey style, autumnal colors, muted vintagey colors wrap dress, I began to see how good those colors could look on me and how much I actually liked how they looked on me. However, this one was a good compromise because, as you can see, it's got these splodges of bright fuchsia pink and some of the muted turquoises there, but you've got the little yellows, and it just, you know, it's a perfect combination of my new interest in vintage and my old love of the bright florals. And because, you know, it's a rayon, it's very floaty, I personally like to make floaty boho style dresses with rayon fabric. I don't think you can make something as crisp as a shirt dress if you want to with the structured collars, but I feel like it is such a waste of the beautiful drape that rayon has. I feel like if you're going to make a shirt dress, get a poplin or get a cotton lawn and you get that beautiful crispness, but you have to put in extra work with rayon to make it crisp for collars, and that includes buying like super lightweight featherweight interfacing. So for me, this is going to be a maxi dress, kind of like Giselle style maxi dress, so it will have the gathers and it will be allowed to move just like rayon challis is supposed to move. So this is, it's just so gorgeous to look at, and I'm quite excited about finishing this in time for spring. So I'm planning on wearing it during that overlap between winter and spring, when temperatures are beginning to, you know, get to the point where it's warm enough to wear the lighter weight fabrics. So guys, that is my definitive final fabric haul of 2020. I'm just going to try and change the lighting because I've just looked on the screen and I've realized that I've become overexposed. So just a second. So thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for watching until the end. If you have, I really do appreciate that. I hope that you found the video useful, informative, entertaining, and if you did, to give it a big thumbs up down below. It really does help the channel and I really do appreciate that. Now it's your turn. Let me know if you are done with buying fabric in 2020, or are you still hoping to keep an eye out for some January sales which happen just after Christmas. I know for certain that I'm constantly on the lookout for beautiful fabric. 2020 has been a good sewing year for me. I am glad and I am grateful for, you know, every single one of you guys that have tuned into my fabric hauls and my sewing videos, and thank you so much for tuning in for those, and let's keep it going for 2021. And until I see you next time, guys, happy sewing, take care of yourselves, check in on your loved ones, and keep well.